All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will do a brief introduction. The gentleman to my right is an incredibly talented actor. Raka in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, seen in, heard in Turok, Son of Stone, Preston Lloyd in Family Guy, General Gale in High Moon, Detective in The Secrets of Emily Blair, and of course, Bortus in the Orville. Thank you so much for joining us, Peter Macon.
Hey, I'm so sorry I was on retard. Uh, I'm managing a very brand new baby and two boisterous sons, and it's
Yep.
Sunday in Atlanta, so it's always a good time.
Oh, and I'm sorry to hear you got stuck in traffic. That's
It's yeah, I should have known better, but it's like, what do? Not leave your house? That's what I go for that, but my wife is like, we're getting out of the house, and so I'm
right.
clearly not in charge. I'm an employee in my household, but I stay in my lane, and so it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I'm married. We don't we have a we have a fur baby. We have a cat, but it's all. Other than that, it's the same. The hierarchy is similar, so it's
Yeah,
like
it's just the thumbs. You know what I mean? It's just like that's all. That's the only thing.
yeah,
The
yeah,
cats are
yeah.
the thumbs. And yeah, babies, it's insane. Anyway, happy to be here. I'm looking around like really sheepishly because I think I'm illegally parked, but
Oh,
but but I think it's cool for now, so let's just run
okay.
with it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's
Well, if you have to move or something, you don't worry. You just tell me. You don't worry about it. It's
okay.
all good. So yeah,
uh,
we're all chill here. So the anyway, again, thank you for joining us. And I'm a huge fan of the
Thank you.
Orville. Well, we'll get into that in a little bit. I mean, I'm saving the stuff I'm most excited for that, but. So you've done live action, you've done animation, you've done a
Yeah.
lot of different genres. I guess we'll start between live action and animation, or live action and voice acting. Do you have a preference? Like, what do you like about each as they differ from the other?
Um, I definitely don't have a preference. I mean, because no matter whether it's audiobooks or voiceover or performance capture or live theater, film or television, it's all a chance to work on the craft in different capacities. So I look at it like that. And work is scarce, so I'm happy to have anything.
Yep.
So I will say the most difficult, I think, um the challenging, I think, are audiobooks, because it's really just you in the booth with your engineer, or and after 6 hours, I get a little spent,
Right.
but because it's just you know what I mean, and like you get
Mm-hmm.
sick of yourself, so
You're right.
um but like, I think the Family Guy stuff has been great, because it's like trying to stay in practice of comedic chops,
Yep.
because it really is a it's math, it's timing, it's and like these are like short little bursts of funny, right? So
Yep.
like getting that, I mean, and that was a lot, I think, a lot with Bortus as well, in terms of his dry sort of, like I always said, if Sam the Eagle and Eeyore had a love child, it would be Bortus. And so just
That's perfect.
trying to keep in that pocket, and he does it. He thinks he's to not comment on his humor, which is what makes him funny, right? He's not aware of
Yeah.
certain things, like what it means to say, now entering glory hole with a straight face. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like, so it's always, they're challenging for lots of different specific and wonderful reasons. And I find that the more, like, I'm really itching to do a play. I haven't done a play in like almost, it'll be 10 years
Oh
uh
wow.
in March. And most of my career I started doing regional theater and Broadway, and like working in Lincoln Center and places like that, like live theater, for the majority of like my, cutting my teeth growing up in this career. So that's been weird to not do that for 10 years. And, so ideally I'd like to do, like, I think doing it all keeps you sharp on multiple fronts.
Yep. And they can kind of help inform the others at times.
Absolutely.
Like it's all the toolbox, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's cool. So speaking of that, I mean, what was the first spark that made you go, oh, I want to act. I want to do that.
I mean, I did my first play, honestly, in second grade. And, I would be like, masters, we must rehearse. And they'd be like, screw you, we're playing kickball. It's recess. Like I legitimately would like, but it wasn't until I was like 15 that I realized that you could actually be a professional actor. Like you could, I thought it was like, you go to the post office and you fill out like a form and,
right.
like you get a post at a museum or something. But it was, I went to high school in Minneapolis, and I went to this
Oh, wow.
place called the Guthrie Theater, where I've worked a bunch, and saw a play there, production of The Rainmaker, and after the play, like the actors came out with their water bottles and had bandanas and sweatpants because it was a 2-show day, and they proceeded to do a talk back and answer questions about the play and about acting as a profession. And I was like, oh my God, you can do that? This is a job, you can do this? Oh, sign me up. So since then, I've been chasing this thing down, and it's taken me a lot of different places, and I've worked with some really great performers and directors and like DPs and like editors. I mean, it's just like the community of creatives, like these the imaginations that I've been able to cross paths with have been life. Like that's I feel like this is how I'm getting my education, about humanity, and it's quite something, you know what I mean. And I've managed to teach a bunch of classes and work with. I mean, I've taught a class to football players, a Shakespeare class to the college football players, and so I'm saying it's just taking me all into all of these walks of life and working with people, professionals. I'm going back to Kenya in a couple of weeks to teach another work with some actors over there. But I did that a year ago, so it's been a great ride, and I'm continuing to just try to grow, you know what I mean, and see where it takes me.
That's cool. And yeah, you said Minneapolis. My ears perked. I'm in Iowa, so it's
okay.
So I'm like 4 hours away. I'm like, oh
yeah. Been there many times.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the old Midwest. Yeah, you guys are. It's probably pretty nice there right now.
It's
right? Like,
it's we're like low 80s.
Yeah. That's, enjoy it while it lasts, because it's coming.
Totally. Like
I can't hang.
You're right. Yeah. So here's the craziness. So 84, 89, 85, 86, 89, 90, 86, but then it goes 72, 70, 69.
Then the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I left Minneapolis and moved to California, it was like 60.
Uh-oh. I don't know if
are you there?
Oh yeah, now I can hear
crap.
you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yay, technology.
You're right.
Oh no.
I can hear you. The visual hasn't caught up, but I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Death. The wheel of death. The wheel of death. The wheel of
Uh-oh.
death. Are we there? I think
I can hear you. I can hear. There you are. Yay. Okay.
Yes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like I was saying that I left Minneapolis and it was like 60 below zero for like 2 weeks. I'm like, I clearly am being told to leave. So like, you're not welcome here anymore, sir. And it was like
Oh,
18 inches of snow on the ground. I'm like, I
oh,
don't understand this.
oh,
Um,
I
like,
couldn't, I couldn't
yeah,
do that. That's well, we hit negative, we hit like negative 25 once in a great while. Like it hasn't hit negative hard numbers for like several years now, which probably means we're due.
yeah.
But well, either that or we're getting like the only good effect of global warming. The something
For
and
now,
but
right?
yeah,
that
exactly.
that
Yeah.
sweet spot where we haven't started to just burst like uh
Before everything catches fire. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, just that. Remember like the 20s, it was great.
Yeah.
um
Those
yeah,
2
God.
years before it just
Yeah,
went
well, there's
whoosh.
always the moon and there's always Mars to look forward to, right? And like uh
Right?
I think I'm just gonna get a boat. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna
Right?
get my Kevin Costner, my water world on, and just I don't know. This is a very dark turn that we've taken in this conversation. So
Yeah. I keep saying that, I think underground is probably,
ooh,
they're gonna turn it into like the Truman Show where it
oh
looks like
no.
it's sky and it's
They got
like
a lot of mole people to go through first. I mean, I don't know if I've seen
r
mole people and in New York and in San Francisco, and
oh, wow.
it's not cute. It is
Mhm.
not cute.
Right.
So I look, if these are the options, I don't know. What
Yeah.
are we gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get a Winnebago and just like
Something. Just
no,
like,
no. I'm an optimist. I think
oh,
we're gonna figure it out, and
I
everything
think
is
so
gonna be
too.
running on vegetable oil. Um,
You know what? I could see that. I could easily see that. I mean, that's the one thing about, where we're headed. Like my folks have solar, and I'm so
oh
glad
yeah,
that they do because it
yeah.
makes because they're, the more of that stuff is, sustainable things, it's good to I mean, it's how they're made isn't wonderful right now, but like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other once it gets to the other side, it's helpful.
there is that. And like we are really, really behind the times, comparatively speaking to other countries.
Yep.
That like, and we'll catch up. Like, I mean, I think that
Oh yeah.
like this, I mean, we're just we're a little bit daft. We're a little bit stuck in our ways, a little slow.
Well,
Uh,
there's a great Winston Churchill quote. He said, "The Americans will always do the right thing after having first exhausted every other option."
that's exactly right. That's exactly
So
right.
that was the 40s. So I guess things don't change as much as we'd as much as we'd like to think.
It's slow. It's slow. I
It's
mean, and like I mean, I think that that's sort of the wonderful thing about this place in a way is that, like, meaning America, in that it's like so diverse despite itself. Like, it can't help
yep.
itself. It's like a big giant baby with, like, shoes on that are too small, or like, what I mean. It's like it's like you know what I mean? It's compared to other places that have sort of figured things out, like, I don't
Right.
know, gun control. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but like that rugged individualism, and like the
Mhm.
possibilities, and the be able to, even when in the midst of, like, just, I don't know, like, I want to say what I want to say, but like I don't want to say what,
Right.
but like,
Yeah.
like, it's there's still, like, I think you can still choose to be an optimist. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, we're not. I mean, this is not North
Yep.
Korea, for crying out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think there's a
yeah,
reason for
there's
like the Superman movie just came out, and there's all these people that are talking about how beautiful it is to see something hopeful and all of this kind of this energy. So I think sometimes we have to take a look. Sometimes you have to get a real good look at what the bottomless pit looks like before you go, oh, you know what? Maybe not. It's
listen.
okay. Like
Yeah, I
and
just
that's
think it's when the aliens just reveal themselves, like that I mean, they've been here and they're
yep.
walking amongst us, when it's time for them to, like, say, hey guys, like, I think that might mellow us out. You know what I mean?
I,
Like we might.
you know what? It might be good for us as a species. I think so too. Kristen said, between us friends, is Bortus starting to have feelings for Kelley?
Ooh, you
That's a,
saw that? You saw that, huh? I think, you know, I hope, because they're writing some more episodes, right? So I think that
mm-hmm.
I think that I talked to Seth a couple months ago, and he's very busy, and but it's on the to-do list, meaning the show, and
Yep.
the way we sort of left it, it was that because of the fragmentation between Clyde and Bortus's relationship, Kelley sort of steps in and becomes like this, more than a friend. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she comes in and she, like, when we go rescue Topa, like, so I like, and I think that's really interesting, because I think that there are feelings that are starting to develop that Bortus might not understand or know what to do with, or how to. I feel like he's such a compartmentalized being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think something as messy as love is like, would just be a lot of fun, I think,
Yeah.
to I mean, he's already, like, there's no, like, the whole idea of having an affair isn't, because we saw what happened with the simulations that he was doing. So I don't think that. I think he's exhausted that as as an escape from his marriage. So I think that, like, the conflict of having feelings for a human being,
Yeah.
and still trying to navigate his partnership and raising Topa, would be some really interesting, juicy material to certainly write and certainly do. But a word to the wise, I always say, like, the if you want to imagine what the sexual event is for Mocklins, if you just put a couple of big rocks in a dryer, and like, it's like that. That's, so I don't know how well that would work out for the human,
Right.
but
Yeah. Right.
we saw what happened to John Lamar when he was dating Tala. Like, that was not cute. Like, the poor guy, broke his leg. He was swollen. Like, so. But yeah, like, that would be really interesting to see what that, on so many levels. To
So
see what that's like.
so I'm going to keep this as PG as I possibly can. There's
I'm
a
trying.
as no, I mean what I'm about to get in. So, as a Superman fan, there was a thing that came out in like the 70s, and it was talking about Kryptonians dating and mating with humans, and it was a
Yeah.
paper called Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex. So what you're
Oh
saying
boy.
is the Orville needs to have
Yeah.
its own version, the like the Mocklin and humans, so that there's like a
I
version of Man of Steel, Woman of
uh,
Kleenex for the
I don't
no.
want to go down that road. I don't want to. I'll leave that to the smart writers to figure.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe
Because
somebody in the Orville Reddit section will go nuts.
Jesus Christ, we're gonna get
So,
sued. Um,
sorry, I
no,
had to. I figured I'd just bring it up and just slowly back away.
everybody's thinking it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's the first thing that pops in my mind. But that's just me. So
Oh,
I think that
okay.
it would be a serious set of uh, challenging circumstances for old Bordy, to
Little
figure out.
bit. Yeah. Kristen
Yeah.
said, keeping with Orville, can we talk about Bortus's reaction to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Oh man, that 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 was some very, very technical, detailed uh, work to, like, really try to get underneath the idea of what an alien, like, how an alien absorbs the human zeitgeist, right?
Yeah.
Like something. And so, and even in saying, like, we say Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus, like, well, like, Bortus would say Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus, because just, like, little tiny subtleties that, like, lets us know that he's not familiar with this at all. And just, like, the simplicity of learning, like, what he's going through emotionally with, like, like gender reassignment,
Yep.
that light topic, and then and be able to like learn something from something, like like that episode of watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and just I remember watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when I was a kid and really being taken with it. So, you know, yeah, like that was a great juxtaposition of simplicity and complexity,
Yeah.
and just learning and stillness and just absorption, and then that the noise that his nose makes really
Yep.
sort of took you to the quiet, the sunken place. Do you know what I'm
Ye-
saying? Like where you could just, you know,
Yep.
well, yeah, no, that was thank you for that, because that I really had to sort of dig in and try to figure out um the under, what makes this interesting, like what makes this like realistic, what makes this plausible, like
Yeah.
and it is funny kind of, but like, but it's not as funny as it is funny, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
like I think and that's great writing. I think, just like, like Seth and just laying that out to like have to sort of tap dance through that. But yeah, like that, I mean, like there's space battles with Dolly Parton songs. I mean, like you got it all
Yeah.
in this show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like just like these weird, like juxtapositions of emotional, quality that use the juggling act of like, trying to absorb the simplicity of like this children's story as it's reflecting with my own story with my own child. Like it's all good stuff to have to be doing at one time. um
Yeah. It's great, a great character study to see, like,
yeah,
like you're saying, the way that is absorbed from other culture, from alien cultures, from,
yeah,
and like how that might be taken. It's like, oh wow, we don't think about those things, and then
yeah,
there they are, and yeah, the
yeah.
um,
I mean, that's the thing about science fiction. It's like, you're writing, human beings are writing it for human beings, right? But like the idea of really exploring, alien psychology, like alien, like, and have it not be from the viewpoint of a human being. Like, I mean, like I always want the writing to push a little bit and have the union not always be on the right side of the moral compass. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think
yep,
that's unfair to if you're going to write about alien species and in coexistence, like we have to be learning stuff too, right? You know what I
right,
mean? And like,
yep,
and so, like that's always the trick, right? I mean, because if you're wearing a rubber mask, like, I mean, at one point, like I was like, Bortus's tongue should be black, and I
yep,
don't want any like so I was putting this black stuff in my mouth. Nobody saw it, you know what I mean? So I was
right,
like, after a
yeah,
while, just like, okay, well, that was my thinking. I was like, I really want to lose myself in
hmm,
like, so you don't, there's no human being in there, even though like we're like, bipedal and like, um and we're speaking English, or like I would love to hear like the like Tagalog Bortus. You know what I mean? Like I
right,
think that'd be great if he like spoke, like his, like I wouldn't what Moclan language actually sounds like. You know what I
right,
mean? So, but yeah, just like we're always trying to push, like riding the edge of humanity and non-humanity.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that that's great, especially like and the point you made about, the human side needs to learn things too. That
yeah,
I think that that's, yeah, because of that, otherwise it's not, otherwise it's just sort of self-serving on some level, and it's like, well, that's fine, but that's not life, right? We're like,
yeah.
we
I mean, you know what I'm
learn,
digging? Yeah, I'm
yeah.
digging Alien Earth. Like I've watched. I don't know if you've watched any of that, but like
I
I've
haven't, but
watched.
I've seen it come
Oh
up
my
on my
god,
feed, but I
you
need to see
gotta
that.
dig in, tuck in,
Okay.
because it really, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is how it would happen if like like, because the hubris of human beings at that point in time,
Yeah.
like I love the whole alien world, like the company and mother and all these things, but it's just like it's pretty freaking terrifying. But
Wow.
like but it's like human beings, well, you never learn. You just don't learn. So anyway, I like that kind of stuff. Like I'm
Yeah.
plausible. Oh, I mean, it's really terrifying, but like I like the idea of we really need to get it together and keep it together. Or I
Mhm.
mean, it's like a, it's like a shaky wagon rolling down the hill as it is. But like,
Right.
like, but like, I mean, we'll see. Like if I don't know. Like, I mean, like a friend of mine was like, human beings are like a skin disease on the earth. And it's like, like and we are like the only species that really doesn't coexist with
Right.
our environment and our food supply and like all these things. And like, like that's another thing with, The Last of Us. I can't bring myself to watch the second season because the first season was just so like, it just ate me up. Like, just because the idea of like this, and in the way they started it, like like talking about like this parasite that lives like that goes into ant colonies and grows from inside, and like they were like, if that ever happens to human beings, it's over. You know what I mean? So, and
Right.
then that's where we start.
Yep.
So like, uh, oh God, yeah, it's I love all science fiction. It's just my favorite genre of film and television and reading and
Yeah.
stuff like that, just because like pushes like I'm very curious as to what 1,000 years looks like. Someone
Oh,
was like, oh, everyone's gonna be
huge.
speaking Mandarin and no pink and no one's gonna have pinky toes. I'm
Right.
like, that could be
Yeah. I mean, you never know.
uh,
From
I,
what you've told me, I don't know if have you ever seen? It's an Amazon series called Upload.
is it a comedy?
No, it's got some humor in it, but it's about it's set in the future, and all the cars drive themselves,
Yeah,
and
I think
it's
I've
about.
seen trailers for it.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I think I would love to know your thoughts on that, because it details where they upload people's minds to a digital afterlife, but
Yeah,
there's a tiered system. It's all about what you can afford and all of this kind. It's like
yeah,
there are things in that just blew my mind, and certain other things that they were like, oh, somebody else thought of this too, because there were things that I was thinking about where things might go and whatever. I think you would find it fascinating. Uh,
yeah.
but
I'll
I
I'll
yeah,
check it out. I'll check it
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Uh,
I'd love, and yeah, feel free, and if you'd like, feel free to find me on Instagram or whatever. If you watch it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Um,
okay.
so I saw an interview one time. I saw an interview recently with you, and I have to ask this. Uh, so I understand the makeup and everything can be very uncomfortable. And you talked about, you mentioned briefly that one time an ant got stuck in the makeup.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of the chat because I'm go back so I can see your face. But anyway, um, let's see. I go back there. Yeah, like there. Well, I've lost your face, so I'll find you again. Um, and let's see. Oh, there you go. I was afraid
Okay.
to hit the X, but I took a chance.
Right?
Um, but yeah, they're in LA. One second. Can I get some air in this car? In
Yeah.
LA, like in the summer, like the end of summer, um, they're like we get inundated with these. Uh, they're like the little brown ants. You know what I mean? That just like, well, they like I don't live in LA anymore, but like, and like the Bordas is the way that Bordas's head is constructed is that there's no place really for air. They open my head up like it's very much like the eggs in Alien. Like like they
Oh,
open my head,
wow.
put popsicle sticks um in so like I would go into my so my head would be open so I could breathe, right? And um so I go on my trailer and rest for a while, and then get a knock on the door saying that they need me, and I go back to when they go back on as I'm going back to set, they glue my head back together, like and
Oh, it's breaking up. Shoot, I can't. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I can't hear you. Yeah, fun with technology, right? No, I think I can hear you
Jeez.
again. There we go.
Yeah,
It's all good, man. It's
like
technology.
this is the comedy show. I mean, it's like I'm waiting to get code. I'm like, I'm turning turn the car on to get some freaking air, and then it
Right.
switches over to the car, and then it goes back, and I'm trying to turn it off and trying to tell a story about freaking ants in my head. This is exactly what it's like, like But yeah, like after I don't know where I left off in this song.
That they closed you back up and they closed your head back up, glued your head back on.
Yeah, and then they glued me back on, stuck in there, and I can't take this makeup off. You know what I mean?
No.
It would rip my skin off with it. So I go to set, and I think we're on the bridge, and as I'm walking up the stairs to the bridge, I feel like this crawling, and then another crawling, and then another crawling, and then like there's one that starts to crawl in my ear, and I'm like, I have ants inside of, like, it's a perfect nightmare, right? Like, and there's and there's
Totally.
no way to get to them, but so there's like half a dozen, like 9, I don't know. I mean, so I'm literally punching myself in the face, like, and banging my head on the wall, and they're like, "What the hell is wrong with Peter?" Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, ants, like it's and I had to just beat myself silly until I got them all. Do you know what I mean? And squishing it, like it was like, and they were like, "Be still." I'm like, I can't be still. So that was probably one of the worst experiences. I mean, I've had some doozies.
Yeah.
But that's up there. That's right up there. Like with getting a hex put on me when I was like living in Ghana. So like or getting malaria.
Right.
Yeah, it's right up there. You know what I mean? I've been through some stuff.
Right. Oh my gosh. That's just, I had to ask because I'm like, I'm sure that I can't even imagine. Like, I mean, I've had, so this is, I'm a big fan of costumes myself. And if this thing will come off of here, this is one of my fun things.
Yeah,
you see out of the eyes and all this kind of stuff. Right. So, I mean, I've done costume work and stuff before. I love characters and things, but I'm like, I cannot even, I would.
Yeah, imagine putting that on and then duct taping it around your neck so you can't get it off, right? And then like drop a few ants in there and let them run around, and see how that's. But I'm glad you have that head because it is claustrophobic.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And I mean, there's no breathing in that.
MRI. Like.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I like little small places. I don't get claustrophobic, or afraid of heights or anything like that. But that was like, I've never felt more trapped, like in my life.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, hey, I hate to wrap it up, but Peter, this has been an absolute joy.
Oh man,
it's so much fun, and we would we'd love to invite you back for next year.
I'd love to.
Oh, there's like,
wonderful.
There's so many more things we'd love to talk about, and
I know.
Thank you for your time, and I hope now you can you can get out of there. Don't have to worry about getting a ticket, and I think
I'm gonna risk it. I mean, I've been here this long. I mean, what's the worst gonna happen? Cut to. Yes, no. I'm gonna go ahead and pay for the parking and meet my family for dinner. But thank you, for having me. And,
you're very welcome.
Our pleasure.
Anytime.
We'll have to make this whole scenario. We'll have to write a short skit and just film. This will have to be. We'll have to put this as a skit somewhere on. I don't know.
Yeah, like you just need a couple of cameras in the car. and like the tow truck buzzing around, like that's
Yep.
you know, attention.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. We'll add we'll add like a meter person and some other,
Ooh,
just like, but you think they're coming this way. Oh, but then they get distracted and they walk the other way, and
then the car next to you starts to get towed, or then you step out and there's a boot on the tire. You're like, I didn't hear them put that on.
It's like,
All right.
There's lots to talk about. So anytime.
I love it. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And,
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys
Peter Macon, everybody, and
thank you.
Otherworldly Fundraising is a group of friends who decided to use our nerdy talents to help others. Our charity this year is Options Save Lives, which helps individuals fully recover from alcohol use disorder. Thank you for joining us this weekend and for donating to this worthy charity.